Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. It is absolutely a privilege for me to be part of International Conference on Social Science and Humanities for 2022. My name is Siti Faridatul Akmar Binti Mohamad and I will present our research and finding which refers to post-COVID-19 digitalization in Politeknik Muadzam Shah, Pahang, Malaysia. First of all, when we talk about the effect of COVID-19 towards education sector, we need to think and consider about technology. Why? Because even before COVID-19, there was already high growth and adoption in education technology, but this pandemic has promoted it on a large scale. Due to the pandemic, there are many sectors was affected and the education sector was no exception. As we know, education play an important role in helping country to face many challenges in order to become the developing country, and also it helped in improving national economy. However, in December 2019, the whole world has been shocked by a virus outbreak known as COVID-19. This outbreak has given a huge impact on the education system in Malaysia, and by that, Politeknik Muadzam Shah also affected by the pandemic, such as the usual process of teaching and learning in a classroom where lecturer and student meet together and having a discussion. When the COVID-19 has hit Malaysia, most higher education institutions closed campus, no physical classes, and it started the online teaching. As it was the first experience online teaching, we found that it was giving a difficulty to control the readiness of both lecturer and student to get used with the digitalization equipment. Some of the students will experience online learning challenges, unstable internet connection, and they come from lower income family. So this paper aimed to investigate post-COVID-19 pandemic and the impact of digitalization towards lecturers in Politeknik Muadzam Shah. The purpose of this study is to get a better understanding on how COVID-19 has caused a Politeknik Muadzam Shah closure and it was affected lecturers' performance during 2019, 2020 and 2021 academic year respectively. Related to that, this study will measure the effect, consequences of post-COVID-19 and the impact of digitalization on students' achievement. Our research objective and question will cover three main items which includes educational system, lectures' job performance, and on what extent are digital resources available in the post-COVID-19 era in Politeknik Muadzam Shah. For the education system in Politeknik Muadzam Shah, when COVID-19 occurred in 2020, the system has changed to online classes. All class conducted via online using Microsoft Teams. All lecturers and students stay at home and class run according to the timetable. However, lecturers take the time to learn new ways of teaching students online, and this new situation not only used in online teaching but also meetings are held online. According to another researcher, many students have a difficulty to access online material from home. Students of Politeknik Muadzam Shah also face the same difficulty, especially for those who live in rural areas whereas the internet connection is poor. Connectivity of internet is a big challenge for students and lecturers. And the students who come from moderate family, they need to reload prepaid every time they wanted to attend class online. Online education related studies and model have been promoted for years. However, even though online teaching has been encouraged for many years, COVID-19 pandemic has promoted it on a large scale. During COVID-19 pandemic, students were unable to attend class. It forced many changes in most life domains to meet the repercussions of the pandemic control measure, and the education sector was no exception. To maintain student learning, most universities and institutes have adopted online teaching. During COVID-19 pandemic, both lecturers and students have experienced a unique situation. This unique experience may likely yield some uncertainty and stress and require them to adapt and adjust to the new ways of being during the pandemic, and its unforeseen challenges. As stated by another researcher, in response to COVID-19, school and university need an immediate shift towards online education, which can be both opportunity or a challenge. The question is, are they willing to change their method of teaching and learning according to the current situation? Even though it is said that university teachers are more experienced in online teaching, but it is still require more effort and capability to conduct online teaching, especially when it comes to familiarity with media that is integrated with ICT. There's a comparative study suggests that student perception on the quality of education has decreased in an online environment. In Politeknik Muadzam Shah, lecturers were encouraged to use digital learning tools, and many of the tools were not available in the institution, and this may hinder the teaching and learning session via online class conducted. Another researcher stated that any digital transition is not just an effort pushed by technology companies, but that lecturers, students, government, civil society representatives, and privacy advocates are also represented and shaped for desired transformation. Hence, this study aimed to fill the gap based on the after effect of the pandemic outbreak, as well as differ in investigation of digital literacy and available tools for lecturers in the educational institution. This study used descriptive survey research design in order to gain information regarding the current situation and describe the respectable variable of interest of the current situation. The research instrument used for data collection was a 26-item structured questionnaire rated on a 5-point and 2-point Likert scale with response options of strongly agree, neutral, disagree, and strongly disagree, as well as available and not available. The questionnaire comprised of 4 sections, which include the respondent's background and the 3 variables that we study. The target population of this study was 144 lecturers in Politeknik Muadzam Shah from 7 different departments. This study used statistical package for the social science, which is SPSS software. The data collected was presented in statistical table and analyzed using mean. The mean value can give the researcher a good idea on how the respondent in the research have reacted to the variable in the questionnaire. The mean value of 2.5 and above were deemed as agreed, accepted, or positive, while those below 2.5 were regarded as negative, unaccepted, or disagreed response. According to the table above, we can see that the mean for the second research objective is 2.6, which is more than 2.5. This indicates that there is a correlation between the digital semester and the lecturer's performance in Politeknik Muadzam Shah. Most of respondents in this research feel anxious when they have to use media that is integrated with ICT. They also feel worried about preparing the digital teaching material that will be used by their students is not in accordance with the indicator and learning purpose. From this finding, perhaps they tend to see this digital semester as a challenge in teaching and learning activities. Thus, they will be more comfortable when using printed material. Meanwhile, digital semester affects significantly small towards educational system in Politeknik Muadzam Shah, that is 2.43, and does not entirely affected of post-COVID-19 pandemic. Nonetheless, the respondent believe the mass failure of undergraduate students and contact hours with them were affected as a result of sudden closure of the educational institution. For the third research objective and question, the results show that the mean is 1.19, which regarded as unacceptable and disagreed. Hence, the digital resources are proven available in the institution. From the analysis and result of finding, it can be concluded that the digital semester does impact the lecturer's performance in Politeknik Muadzam Shah. Meanwhile, the educational system in Politeknik Muadzam Shah is not entirely affected of post-COVID-19 pandemic. Digital resources and facilities in the institution also available and allowing the lecturers to interact with their students. Within the framework of this study, we shall identify several recommendations for the lecturers aimed at improving their technical capabilities for online teaching, which include the software and hardware as it will affect the quality of digital teaching and learning process. Since digitalization that use ICT tools has come to stay, lecturers are encouraged to acclimatize themselves in the innovative trends of digital teaching and learning respectively. Furthermore, when it comes to improve digital competencies among lecturers, it is impossible not to pay due attention to the self-motivation. We believe lecturers need to be more motivated in the use of digital technologies in the educational process and in the development of professional competency. Lastly, they should never stop practicing in order to be more expert in handling the ICT resources. Thank you for watching.